champion of the world has arrived. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Detroit Koolaid listeners, Detroit Koolaid listeners, it's ya boy at Chops in the D, and I had to start the show off the right way. And you know what? Actually, before we dive into that, I'm going to start off the real right way. Here we go.
Drink it in, man.
Oh, and of course, if we're going to serve the Kool-Aid, we're going to give it with some cornbread.
Cornbread!
And I am coming to you on one of those Honolulu blue flavored Kool-Aid packets on a Monday morning. And I played the drop for you because you know what? The champ is here. Oakrey shouted it out on the flagship show earlier in the week, but I had to start the show off by coming in. Oakrey's always talking about how I'm always rubbing all my fantasy football victories in his face, and I'm talking all this noise about how great I am at fantasy football. So I'm just going to oblige him. I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to start the show. I'm going to talk about how I'm the champ, right? RFL, let's talk about it. Undefeated season, 13-0, 3-0 in the playoffs. Highest scoring season in league history. And look, it was a great season. It's a fun league. 32 teams, 53-man rosters, IRs, practice squads. You know how we do in the reality sports online. Call it the RFL. And your boy at Chops' Atlanta Falcons taking the ship home. And it's funny because Oakrey's like, oh, you sold your soul. You gave everything you had to win a championship. Congratulations, Choppy. But I just looked at the good old reality sports online and realized that I actually have more picks in the upcoming draft over the next 3 years than Oakrey does. So I don't know what he's talking about selling your soul to win a championship, because I'm built to last, baby. I am built to keep this run going here. Maybe we got a little dynasty on our hands. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up a little bit of congratulations to Stash in the ATL. The drop that he dropped for us. I'm not going to do it. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm on Raw! He did it better than me, but that's the modified version. Dueled his way through the playoffs there as an underdog, myself included. I was the 7th seed. Stash and I met up in the finals, and like Oakrey laid out for you, I put a beat down on him and won another championship. So that's 2 championships in the 2 leagues that I'm in with your boy Derek Oakrey. So he's stewing. He's he's drowning his sours with that Honolulu blue flavored Kool-Aid like he does, because he was rooting for Stash. He was rooting for anybody else that was going to play choppy chop in the leagues, because he just hates it when I win. But hey, all jokes aside, another great season. Oakrey does a great job as a commissioning. I mean, the guy commissions 20 some leagues, as he likes to say out there. A lot of bad beats this year for him. I'm willing to admit that he had a couple of bad beats. He's going to do a whole show on for you. But just a fun league to be in. Both the sleeper league there for the DKC and the RFL. So hey, next season, if you're looking to get into a super fun league, you got to reach out to me at Chops in the D. Reach out to Oakrey at Derek Oakrey on the Twitterverse or the X, whatever you call it, and tell him, hey, we want to get in this leagues. We hear about it on the show. We want to get in. We want to show you that we know our stuff. But I'm just telling you, if you're going to join, you better bring it, because both him and I know what we're doing when it comes to fantasy. All right, enough about fantasy. Let's talk about those Lions. And I want to jump right into it, because Oakrey laid it out perfectly on the flagship show, where it was all this doom and gloom. We know we were eliminated from the playoffs when we lost to the Vikings. Woulda, coulda, shouldas, could have done this. Why didn't we do that? So we knew going in this game we were eliminated from the playoffs. But like Oakrey said, man, we just had to come out and play for some pride. We had to come out and the records be damned, the past be damned. Let's just go into Chicago and take care of business, which is exactly what the Lions do. You can still be bummed about no playoffs. You can still be bummed that, the Packers are in the playoffs and the Bears are in the playoffs. But look, we wanted to beat this. We wanted to win this game. We wanted to beat Benedict and those bad news Bears, because you know what? #FTW TB. You know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. We start off the game here in the first quarter. I think Lions' first drive of the game, 11 plays, 55 yards, and then Jake Bates just goes and drills a field goal here. I want to say this was, let's see, what it was like. A nice little 34-yarder for Jake Bates. And then the defense does their job. Chicago moves the ball a little bit. I think they had like 8 plays, 30 yards, but they are forced to punt. And there you go. You blinked. The first quarter is over. 3-0 Lions. Second quarter rolls around. And again, another great drive by the offense. 16 plays, 66 yards. We run 7 minutes off the clock, and we settle for another Jake Bates field goal. So we're up 6-0. Next possession, Chicago, 3 and out, 0 yards, punt. And then, of course, it leads to the one drive where the Lions get a nice little tug from the elite weapon, Jahmyr Gibbs. 15-yard touchdown pass from my boy, Jared Goff. And I think with that touchdown, I gotta pull up my stats here. Hang on. All right, yep, here it is. Okay, with that touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs ties the NFL record for most touchdowns in his first 3 seasons with, 2 guys you may have heard of, Randy Moss and Burr Sanders. Ties the record. Most touchdowns in the first 3 seasons of anyone's career with those 2 guys. Just a great season for, a great start to his career, really, for Jahmyr Gibbs, as I like to call him. I know he hasn't been showing out here the last couple of weeks. We've been a little disappointed, but all in all, you can't take it away from him because he's had a hell of a start to his career there, tying that record or taking the record with those 2 cats. So great job there. Then the Lions at that point are up 13-0. Bears get on the field. I think they go 9 plays, 39 yards, and they go for it on 4th down, and they miss it. They do not get they turn the ball over on downs there, and the Lions have, I think, like 30 seconds to get down the field. They get quick 6 plays, 35 yards down the field into field goal territory, and then my boy Jake Bates misses a 53-yarder, no good, wide left to end the half. No big deal. Lions go into half up 13-0, and you're thinking, okay, all right, we're sitting good. This is all right. We know that Chicago is a comeback team, but whatever. Like, we got a nice, comfortable lead here. Third quarter rolls around, and you got a whole lot of nothing going on. Chicago comes in, 3 plays, punt. Lions, 4 plays, punt. I think the next drive is where Caleb Williams is able to drive the field a bit. They get down into the red zone, and then what happens? Caleb Williams, deep pass intended for Moore, intercepted by Avonte Maddox. And this is the play where I think that's my DJ Reed, was like celebrating as soon as he saw the ball was thrown because he knew that Maddox was going to get hands on it. So we get the interception there on Caleb. He may have been back there painting his nails or doing something, but Maddox was able to be a little ball hawk and get a nice interception there and force the turnover. And the Lions, what do? They go right down the field, 11 plays, 74 yards, and they kick another field goal. And so we're up 16-0 going into the 4th quarter, and you're thinking, okay, we got this, right? Let's go. And the Bears come down, and they score a touchdown, 7 plays, 65 yards, and they get the 2-point conversion. I think this one was what was this one here? 25-yard pass to Walker, the guy who everyone's like, who? Yeah, Jahade Walker. And then the 2-point conversion goes to Kyle Manugi. And I think he rushes left tackle there. So they're successful, all right? 16-8. Lions come out. All right, let's get a drive. Let's run some time off the clock. 4 plays, 23 yards, I think like 2.5 minutes, and we have to punt. And then what do the Bears do? They come right down the field, 12 plays, 88 yards, 6-minute drive. And this is the one here, I believe they go all the way down to the 1-yard line. And I think this was the Colston Loveland touchdown, and then of course they get the immediate 2-point conversion to Cole Clement. I have to say on that, both the touchdown, I think it was the touchdown, maybe it was the 2-point. Hutch was getting pulled down quite a bit, grabbed and held there, but of course the refs in Bearland, Chicago, are not going to call that stuff on the Lions, but. Okay, here we go. We're tied 16-16, and Lions get the ball back. We go 10 plays, 45 yards, and this is one of those ones where you're in field goal range. I think there's like 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left, and you're like, okay, just don't turn the ball over. Like, kick the field goal, take the lead, we'll be okay. And Jared Goff attempts this deep pass down the middle. It gets tipped about 2-3 times and intercepted by Biard at the 5-yard line, and you're going, oh gosh, here we go. I think they were able to return it back a few yards here, get it up to like the 26, or maybe there was a penalty, I can't remember. But hey, the Lions defense does what they need to do. They forced the Bears to go 3 plays, only 5 yards, only waste 30 seconds off the clock, and forced a punt. And then here we go. The Lions have the ball back. It's like past the 2-minute warning at that point. I think they're at like the 37-yard line. They go run, and you're not sure if Chicago's going to use their timeouts. They go a little gamesmanship there. Dan freaking Campbell plays his cards right. We capped it off with a 26-yard pass to my boy, Amon. Wait, no. I'm going to give you this breathy majestic. Amon Ra for a 26-yard catch. A nice little juke at the end there to get the extra, I think, 12 yards at the end of that after the catch. Run the ball 2 more yards with Jahmyr Gibbs. And then I think we run it one more time to get the clock down to like 2 seconds. And then what happens? That's right. We go right to the end. I think this is where, if you follow me on the Twitterverse, I put it out there. I texted it to Oakrey. I tweeted it out to the world. I think I said, let's kick this field goal and kick Benedict right in the Johnson for a game-winning field goal. And what does Jake Bates do? That sweet, sweet man did his job. 4th field goal, nails it. And the Lions just walk off as time expired for...
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
To go 2-0 against the Bears, to beat that turncoat bleepity bleep Benedict Johnson, to end his season on a losing note, and to end our season on a winning note. Drink it in, everybody.
Drink it in, man.
So I know it's not the end that we wanted as far as the season goes, but man, what a way to finish this game out. We take the lead, we win the game, we send Chicago crying. Caleb, of course, our 2 division wins are against the Bears. The NFC North was just a weird division this year, man. Like, every team had 9 or more wins. The Lions shake it out, like 4th straight season with a winning record. 9-8. I mean, again, not what we wanted after the 15-2 season, but man, it's crazy that you finish 9-8 and you're going to take 4th in the North. So a little bit of easier schedule for you next year. I think we're going to get like pick 16, 17 in the draft. We're going to dive into all the off-season stuff here as the off-season rolls on. The host of the show and your boy at Chops in the D will probably break it down together on Wednesday for you on the flagship show. But again, happy to end the season on a victory. Happy to see Benedict crying. Couple big things, big things coming out of this game. It sounds like Taylor Decker may have played his last game. A couple of Lions posts there before the game started. He said, one more. Let's do it for Decker, all that kind of stuff. And they're talking to him after the game. He's been playing the whole season. So it may be time, Taylor Decker steps away. Lots of questions in the offseason. I'll preview that a little bit here, but some big questions, right? Like how is this all going to shake out? Of course you got free agency. Of course you got the draft. What are we going to do about these injuries? Oh my gosh, people. What are the Lions going to do about all these injuries? We know we've got some in-house guys that need to get PIZ aid, get those extensions. We're going to have some tough decisions to make when it comes to the salary cap. I know we carried over a lot of cap. I read an article the other day, and I apologize for not giving credit where credit is due, but there's like some moves where the Lions can restructure Jared Goff's deal, Taylor Decker retire. There's a few other things they can, juggle around, and all of a sudden they have like the third or fourth most cap space in the NFL going into the offseason. So don't be surprised if Brad, always open for business, Holmes, start making those calls right away. I know it's going to be a sad day tomorrow when they're cleaning out their lockers down at Allen Park, but again, there's just a lot, and we're going to dive into it. We're going to have a little bit longer of an off season than we wish we did because of the no playoffs this year. But hey, I'm happy with where the Lions are going. I don't want to hear any of this boola about the window being closed because you know how I like to do. I got some stats for you here, people. And this is just how telling the NFL is. This tells you a little bit of a narrative here. In 2024, the Chiefs were 15-2. The Vikings were 14-3. Washington Commanders were 12-5. And of course, the Lions were 15-2. All those teams missed the playoffs in 2025. Chiefs 6-11. Vikings 9-8. Washington 5-12, and then of course our Lions at 9-8. So you had those four teams drop out of the playoff picture, and after very significantly high win totals in 2024, not even in it in 2025. And on the flip side, you had the Pats at 4-13 in 2024. You had the Jags at 4-13, and you had the Niners. I mean, the almighty Niners, who were in the Super Bowl in 2023, went 6-11. If you didn't remember. And what do those teams do turn around in 2025? Pats and Jags both go 13-4. They flip the tide from 4-13 to 13-4, and the 49ers go 12-5 to win their division, and they're in the playoffs. I'm sorry, they didn't win the division. Seattle did, but they're in the playoffs in that wild card. So, guys, these teams that are built to last, there's going to be some flipping here and there. So for the Lions to go 15-2 and then have a down year, go 9-8, again, still a winning record, still the core of the team. We're going to be going in with cap space. We got studs where it matters. I don't want to hear any nonsense about, Jared Goff, do we need a quarterback? If I could make one move in the offseason, I'd go get Joe Burrow. Like, knock it off with that nonsense. Dan freaking Campbell shut that down this earlier in the week. So the Lions are okay, man. And I'm not worried about it at all. I'm excited for this offseason. I'm excited for this draft. I expect Brad Holmes and Dan freaking Campbell to maybe change up their mindset just a little bit, make some tweaks, maybe not get so aggressive to get some names they need in the draft. Maybe not hoard so much of that money, and actually spend it out there. Of course we know the names out there. We're already hearing, Crosby may want to leave the Las Vegas Raiders. Could he be a Lion? I'm so tired of that narrative. Like, I just want that to happen or to just go away, because I would love to see Max Crosby across on the other side from Hutch, because I think they would just be absolutely dynamic, and it wouldn't even matter what was happening in our secondary because quarterbacks would have like no time to throw the ball. I'd really love to see Aleem the Dream, aka earn that aka big paycheck and maybe get a little more pressure up the middle. We can talk about Tyreek, our first round. Like, where did he go? We were expecting high hopes. We were down on him, then we were high on him, and then I don't even know if I even heard from him for the back half of the season. So folks, so much to break down in the off season, but listen, the bottom line is this. I'm excited about this team. Yes, I'm disappointed we're not in the playoffs. Is it going to be hard to watch next week to see the Cheddarheads and all these other teams in there, the Bears? Yeah, it is. It's going to really suck. Don't get me wrong, okay? But I am not down and out on this team. Oakrey and I are going to continue to serve that Kool-Aid. We'll give you this.
Just give me that Kool-Aid.
Because we know next year we're going to be right back at it. Next year, I'm fully expecting us to be this.
The king in the north. The king in the north.
I fully expect a nice bounce back. I'm excited about this offseason. We're going to get into draft talk. It's like hashtag choppy mocky season already. The first week of January. People probably aren't ready for it yet. I know it's a little depressing, but hey, we'll enjoy some NFL playoff football, and we'll be right back. We'll be reloaded, retooled, and ready to go with our Lions.
I love the Lions. Say it with me. I love the Lions.